Hello, hello. May peace and blessings be with you, my friends. I hope that you are doing well. So, today we're going to dive in and we are going to talk about 5 features within OneTech, which is powered by GoHighLevel, that are useful, that I want every coach to know about. And as I was planning this topic, I was like, what if I also shared the phase of the coaching business launch journey with you and what platform or what feature of the platform would be helpful for you in that? So you're in for a treat. So here is what I want to talk about. I came up with this click framework because I really, really feel that it simplifies things and you're able to just really work on one phase at a time and put it all together and build a beautiful coaching business and launch it and change lives and do amazing things out in the world. Okay, ready? What is the click framework? If you know me from my work before, I used to also use a platform and teach that platform. I use that platform for data analytics, which was also called Click with a Q. That was QLIK. Not to confuse that with the regular Click, which is CLICK. But I was just thinking life is coming back full circle. Okay, here we go. The click framework, it starts with capturing. So capturing your leads, capturing new people coming into your space. That's where you want to begin. Then you want to lead them with nurturing and lead them to your solution, to your offer, to your whatever program or transformational thing that you do. Lead them towards that. Then invite them into your program, invite them into your paid program, your paid container. Then coach them, provide support, provide resources, all of that good stuff. Be there with them on their journey. And then the last step is you keep improving and receive feedback, because feedback is key when it comes to improving things on your end. And then you just keep on going. You capture new leads, you lead them through, point them to the best solution for them, best invite them into your paid container, and just keep on going. So I'm going to kind of go over each step by step, and I'm going to pull back the curtain and kind of also show you how I am doing it, because I think it would be really helpful for you to see an example of all of this in action so that you can see what is possible for you also. Okay, so let's dive in. For the capture stage of your business, attracting the right people with magnetic messaging and lead magnets, right? So what comes into play over here is from OneTech, it's a simple lead capture funnel. Do not complicate things. Do not build like a multiple, crazy like 5-step funnel or whatever out of the gate when you're first starting out, because that is going to cause overwhelm to you. I don't want that for you. I want you to just build a simple opt-in funnel. It could literally be like a 2-step funnel. On the first page, you're telling them a little bit about what is a free resource that you want to give them. And then the second step is where you're delivering that free resource to them. Okay. So we're capturing with lead magnet funnels, super duper simple to put together. If you're in one of my programs, I can provide you with a template that makes life easier. You can just, plug your own stuff in, figure out what your best free resource for people can be. You give it to them and life is good. Okay, so that is step 1. Do you want to see mine? Should I show you mine? Okay, let's do that. Let's do it as we go rather than waiting until the end. Give me 1 second. Where is my window? Is this the right window? Yes, it is. Okay, give me 1 second. Switching over to that. Do you know that there is a pause button on your Zoom screen? That's like just an extra tip, extra hack I'm sharing. There's a pause button on your Zoom share screen. And if you are toggling between screens and things like that, and you don't want your audience to see that, you can actually just pause your screen, switch your screen, and then unpause, and they'll see the new screen. Just know that when you pause, whatever screen that you had paused on, that is what they continue to see. Okay, so what you are looking at now is my website, which is Simplify One Thing. I have actually multiple lead magnets here, but I'm going to just point to one simple one because I think that is super helpful for you to see what you can do as well. So if you click on resources, it's going to take you to this page where I am giving away my Canva masterclass. Y'all, this is an amazing training. If you are new to business building, new to brand building, and you are stressed out and scared of technology, this is a great class, great master class that you can sign up for free. All you have to do is just enter your first name, last name, email, and a phone number, and that's it. You just hit request free access and you are going to get access to my awesome stellar Canva training, which is going to take you step by step in helping you create your Canva account, start building some graphics and things like that, and start to put yourself out there, because I truly feel that is step one, in just becoming clear on who you are, what you offer, how you can help people, how you can serve them, and all of that good stuff. So this is yours for free. You can grab it anytime and go through it. So this is my simple lead magnet. Instead of just giving you a PDF of some sort, I thought this would be really helpful for you to see one of my trainings, because truly when people get to work with me, when they get to see like how I operate, how I lead, how I do things, I think that is really helpful. I don't really hide my mistakes. I make mistakes all the time. I don't hide my mistakes, because I really feel that my mistakes are helpful for other people. Because if you have a tech tutorial of some sort where you are given all the different steps and it looks pristine and all of that, which is great to have. But if you're following the steps and something goes wrong, how do you fix that? Do you know how to fix that? So a lot of times experts want you to they really want you to shortcut to success. But at the same time, if you get lost along the way, I want to empower you. I want to help you to be able to troubleshoot things on your own. So if I'm making mistakes, if something's going wrong, I'm not hiding that. I'm actually sharing that also, so that you can self-serve and you can troubleshoot and just keep on going and not ever get stuck. Okay, so this is a simple lead magnet. Once you sign up, it's going to take you to the next page. It's going to give you your button how you can access the training. And I'm actually giving you access to my course portal. You don't have to. When you build a simple lead magnet, you can just give people a PDF and just be done with that. You can also give people templates to something that you may have already built. There's so many different ideas for lead magnets. You just have to build one, launch one, start capturing leads, and start there. Okay, so that was step one in the process, and a simple funnel can help with that. Okay, next step in the process is leading them, nurturing them, and leading them. Let's see, can I switch my screen here? Okay, so hopefully you're seeing my next slide now. Okay, so next step in the process is leading. So nurturing your audience with value-packed content, emails, and stories. How can this be done? We do it very simply with OneTech social media scheduling, with email nurture sequences, and a few other things all in OneTech. My content does get built in Canva, but once it's built in Canva, we just load everything into the system, into OneTech, and we just run everything through that. Let me see if I can share an example of that also, how we're doing it. Okay, 1 second. Okay, so if you want to see kind of behind the scenes how we're doing it, under OneTech, under marketing section, there's a social planner. So all of the content gets loaded into this planner and we run it through here to all different platforms. We are posting on Facebook, we're posting on Instagram, we're posting on LinkedIn, we're posting to YouTube, we're posting to Google My Business Profile, we're posting to internal communities. We're posting in a whole bunch of places. I do not recommend starting there when you're first starting out, but having some sort of a scheduler is super helpful once you're scaling, once you're expanding, once you're scaling. Even if you're starting with one platform, you want to kind of schedule your content ahead of time as much as possible, just so that you're not getting stressed out and every day thinking, what am I going to post today, right? So come up with your plan, come up with your content pillars. And I've done a whole bunch of training just on this topic alone, where we've done deep dives, how I am doing it, and what our content creation strategy is and how we're implementing it and all of that good stuff. So start with that, start to post, start to show up, start to become visible, and you are really nurturing your audience, nurturing your lead, and giving them value-packed content. And you are then pointing them in the direction of your paid program, your solutions, so that you are transforming lives, you're helping people. The focus first and foremost needs to be on helping people, on changing lives, because if you don't have that and you're not conveying that and you're just in it for the money, guess what? It doesn't really work. It may work initially for a little while, but eventually you're going to get to a point where you're going to be frustrated with yourself, and the people you're trying to help, they also feel that energy, right? They understand that it's just like a transaction for you. So don't do that. Primarily, all of the coaches that I've worked with, they are very heart-centered people. That is your gift. That is your beauty. That is your power. Use that. Use that to your advantage. Let people see your heart. Let people experience what it's like being in your presence. And, as you're transforming lives, let them see that. Let them experience that firsthand for themselves. Okay. Are we ready for the next one? Let me just make sure. Okay. It was showing that. That's beautiful. Okay. So the next step in the process is you're inviting people into your programs, into your paid containers, right? Do not be shy about that. I feel that so many times people are doing a fantastic job of sharing their content online and delivering value to people, but we're doing it all for free. Friends, it can be a win-win. It does not need to be, you just serve people and you're not able to be compensated for that. Do not do that to yourself, because if you have that, then at best what you have is a hobby. Because if it's not a money-making adventure while it's saving lives and changing lives, it cannot sustain itself, right? I really, really want you to make that massive positive impact that you're after by making it a profitable adventure. Because if it is profitable, then you can help more people, you can serve more people, you can reach more people. And if it's not profitable, then how are you going to fuel it? How is it going to sustain itself? How is it going to keep going? It's not, right? So eventually you get frustrated and you give up. I don't want you to give up. I want you to really look at that, look at the numbers and say, okay, how do I make it profitable, right? How many people do I need to have in my program? How do I need to price my offers? Because if you don't have that, it becomes very challenging. So please do that. And the way we do it, two primary features within OneTech that we're utilizing for this. One is a calendar scheduling, where I'm constantly inviting people to have a conversation with me, because what I help them with, what I stay focused on is really help getting them clarity, getting them confidence in figuring out what it is that they should be offering and they can be offering. And then I leave them with all their choices. I'm not a pushy salesperson whatsoever by any stretch of the imagination, but I really want them to walk away with having clarity and understanding their options. Once they understand their options, they're closer to making a decision and they keep on going. So that is my goal every single conversation I have with anyone, right? I'm constantly inviting people into conversations with me. Once we're having that conversation, at the end of the day, I want them to walk away with knowing where they're headed and what their next steps are. If I can be your guide on that journey, it makes my heart happy. But I also know and fully understand that I'm not everybody's cup of tea, and I'm totally okay with that. Even after people get on a call with me and they walk away, they know what they need to do, and I'm not the solution. I'm totally okay with that. But if I am the solution, then guess what? We double down on that, and I really, really help you in moving forward, getting clarity, and figuring it out. People come to me with tech questions and with tech things, but when we dive deeper, what we realize 95% of the times it's not tech that's holding you back. It is something else. So whatever that something else is, we fix that. Primarily it's mindset. Sometimes it's confidence. Sometimes it's imposter syndrome. Sometimes it's comparison with other people. If so-and-so is doing this way, I'm not able to, show up like that. So might as well not even begin and stuff like that, right? So whatever that is, primarily is related to mindset. We work through all of that. We work through coming up with your strategy. We work through figuring out what would be the best offer that you should be offering that is aligned with yourself, with your personality, with your, what you are here to build and create and put out into the world. My programs are very unique. I fully 100% believe that there's no such thing out there, because how we dive deeper, no one else is doing it like that. And there are other coaches who are fantastic. And I have learned from so many of them, and I continue to learn from a lot of them as well. So I'm not discouraging you from working with other people, but I'm sharing that what we do, how we do it, there's no other place like that. And I have many, many, many testimonials from past clients who say that the clarity they got, the visibility they got in my programs, they have not seen anywhere else. So, I also want to invite you into my programs. Let me actually show you a couple of them just so that you can see how we are doing this. Give me 1 second. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so what you are looking at now is my Dream Believe Launch program. I should not have minimized that. Okay, my Dream Believe Launch Mastermind, which is a 12-week mastermind where we go from idea to idea clarity all the way to building your offer, building your lead magnet funnels, building nurturing content, building your sales funnels, creating a magnetic offer, creating your nurturing content and all of that, launching your program, delivering results to your clients, and reflecting on that experience and crafting your next offer. So we basically do all of this in 12 weeks, and we dive deeper every single week. We go over all the tech, all the strategy, the whole shebang. And I give you templates and things like that for every single thing. So you don't have to really build anything from scratch. So this is one of my programs. This is one of the ways I'm inviting people in to have a conversation with me. But before we even do that, let me just see if I can take you back to my homepage for a second. So anybody new coming into my space, if they are ready to start training, I send them to Canva, my Canva training. That's how they come into my ecosystem. But if they're like, no, 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 I know Canva, I understand Canva, I just want to know if I have the right tech stack, or if I am building the right thing, or if however, like I'm pricing my offers, is they're right, or whatever that their questions are about their business, about their first launch, they can click on Start Here button. This is only for new clients, new potential clients, new leads coming in. One time you get a free strategy call with me where I'm asking you to fill out a quick form. Once you fill this out, on the next page, you're going to see a link to book a call with me. So during this call, we basically get you clarity, get you figured out what it is that you should be building and how you should be building and all that good stuff. And then if you decide my program is the right program for you, I invite you either into my Dream Believe Launch program, which is a mastermind. If you are ready, this is the one you join. But if you're like, I'm not yet ready, I'm still not sure what platform I'm going to use and all of that, then I send you to this. This is another option, which is my bite-sized learning program, which is to learn 30 different features within the software. So what this is going to do is, this is really, really helpful. I've gotten great feedback on this. This is going to teach you the software step by step, a lot of different features. We don't really cover strategy in this. I want to be very transparent. We don't cover strategy in this, but the intention of this program is to really help you build the things. Once you have the platform, you have decided you're going to use OneTech or you're going to use GoHighLevel, and now you're just diving in and learning the platform, right? So this is a program for that. I'm not teaching you business building. I'm not teaching you strategy. I'm not teaching you a lot of other things. I'm really staying focused on the technology piece itself. So if that is what you're in need of, this is where you would go. This is what you would grab. It's off of my homepage. If you go to Simplify One Thing under services, you can find all the different programs that we have. I have different coaching and masterminds, and this is a bite-sized learning program. So you can see all the funnels there. So that's how I'm inviting people into my program, my platform, my whatever we have going on. So just wanted you to see that. Okay, so next step in the process for you would be actually doing the coaching. So let's go here. Okay, so for actually doing the coaching, you are delivering your program to your clients with integrity, support, and transformation. Transformation, I feel like, needs to be the key thing that you focus on as a coach. That is always my intention also. I say sometimes that even though I work with technology all day long, using my left brain all day long, but what I'm truly in for is that transformation in people who we become while working together, right? So that really utilizes the right side of my brain, and I absolutely love it. I get to incorporate both into this very unique business model, and I absolutely love it. There's, I feel like this is the kind of life that I don't even need a vacation from. So it makes my heart happy doing this day in and day out. Okay. So when you are actually coaching and delivering your programs, what are the features in OneTech that you're utilizing? You're using OneTech courses, communities, and automations. And it just simplifies your life so super much. Once you have built it one time, you can rinse and repeat, friends. It is not that, I want to say, not that hard. There are a lot of steps for sure, but once you build it, once you see the entire process, it is a lifelong skill that you're learning, that you can literally just rinse and repeat with any offer, with any program, with anything you want to build for the rest of your life. And if you can do this, you will always have adventures. You will always have a way to make money and serve people. I truly, truly, truly believe that. Like, I'm not just saying this, I truly believe this, because even when I first started, I sat down and I literally, the math I did one day was that, what was our break-even point? Break-even point is like how much money I need to make so that we don't go under, right? Like I at least need to make this much so that we are covering our expenses and things like that. And this was at a time when I was still working in a corporate job. So I sat down and I said, okay, what's that number? I literally divided that number by 30 and I said, okay, could I build a tiny little program that could do something where I could just do that one program over and over again and just make that much money so I can leave my job and start, building my own thing, start building my own assets, launch my own coaching program or consulting. I actually, at the beginning, didn't even know what I wanted to do exactly. So that's the simple math I did. And the number I came up with, the idea that popped into my head was, I was like, if I just did a Zoom workshop, if I just did a Zoom workshop every day, I could make that much. And I wouldn't, it wouldn't be like, 5, 10 people in the Zoom workshop. There would have to be a lot of people in the Zoom workshop. And the idea I had behind that was, I was like, even if I have to run that workshop multiple times a day, that is so easy for me to do because I love it. I absolutely love helping people with learning technology and all of that. So it's like, why not just start there? So literally, I feel like I started with something like that at the very beginning. I can't even now remember like what exactly was the workshop that we did, but I know the Zoom was one of the workshops that I did at the beginning. And it literally started from there and it has grown over time. I would not recommend just jumping into that and just quitting your job right away. Please don't do that. Give yourself a little bit of time. Give yourself like 6 months of a runway so that you are building your new thing because it does take time, right? It does take a little bit of time in figuring out what your messaging needs to be, figuring out which platforms you're going to stay present on and what type of people you're trying to attract, what are type of people you're trying to repel, all of that, right? At the beginning, this is going to require a little bit of time, but once you have that down, man, you can pretty much expand from there. You can grow from there. You can scale from there. You can literally create new programs all the time if you want. At the beginning, I don't recommend creating a lot of different programs because that just creates a lot of complexity also. But if that is what your soul needs to understand what it is, what direction it is that you need to go in, absolutely do that. Listen to that voice in your head, inside of you, and do that because that is going to give you so much clarity. You can plan the whole time, but until you're executing and you're out there and you're testing and you are getting feedback from people, you're not going to know what is sticking. You're not going to know what is landing, right? So do that. And with what I do, was this something I envisioned that I would be doing? Absolutely not. If 10 years ago somebody said you would be selling software subscriptions and doing tech coaching and tech training, I would have said you're crazy because that's not where I started. That's not what I was after initially, right? Like I truly, truly am into transformation. I want even this technology that I teach and coach on. At the end of the day, what I want to see is that somebody feeling confident in themselves, somebody saying, I can do this. Even if something goes wrong, I can figure it out and I will figure it out. This is what I'm after. So I'm kind of going on a tangent here, but literally you just need to begin with one little program and it's going to grow and expand from there. Okay, so I am going to show you how my backend is set up for this one. Give me 1 second. I want to show you a couple of things because I think they will be helpful. Okay, so hopefully you are seeing my screen now. I need to stop saying hopefully because I am pretty sure you are seeing it. Okay, so this is my Dream Believe Launch VIP community on the back end. This is how the community is set up. This is just one of the places where people who are in my program, we hang out here. And I also have a private channel for each cohort. And it's always a small group for each cohort. Intentionally, I keep it small because I want to make sure everybody gets ample one-on-one attention. I have other programs where there could be lots of people in it, but for this specific one, because it's a VIP community and we're only working on, X number of businesses at the same time. So I want to make sure, this space stays very private and beautiful and delivering people results. Okay. The other thing that you get as part of this is, so all my coaching gets done live on Zoom. So we meet twice a week during my Dream Believe Launch program during that 12 weeks together. And one day we're talking about strategy, you're making some decisions, you're getting clear on your ideas and things like that. And on the second day when we meet, I teach you all tech step by step. And once that is done, I'm actually adding the replays of all of that on the back end over here. So this is, such a fantastic thing. And you get lifetime access to these replays for that mastermind that you're in. because then if you ever want to go back, you can always search for a topic and you can go back and rewatch the video and, redo something even for your new programs and things like that. So that's how this is set up. And I just really wanted you to see this, an idea of like how this could happen for you as well. Okay, so from here, I want to step forward into the last step in the process, which is keep improving. So this really, really is a great idea. If nothing else, I want you to walk away with this. Whatever you pursue in life, I want you to have continuous improvement built into that process. Because if you don't have that, you're not going to be able to innovate so much. You're not going to be able to scale. You're not going to be able to get to the next level as your audience grows or your messaging gets refined and all of that, right? So have in the back of your mind that whatever I put out there, I'm going to continue to improve this. We're literally constantly looking back at our website, constantly looking at our funnels, constantly looking at our existing programs. At the end of each mastermind in week 11, I do a reflection session where we look back at our journey. I am asking everybody to reflect on what they have learned, what they have gained from that experience, and what they would continue to do, what they would do differently, and what they would just stop doing going forward, right? So that's a reflection that I have each person in my mastermind do. As part of that, I'm also asking them to give me feedback. What are the things I can improve upon? What are the things I need to keep doing because they're working and they're really transformational people? So I'm constantly, looking for that feedback also. We also gather a lot of testimonials. This was something at the beginning of my journey I did not keep track of. I was not, capturing testimonials intentionally, but now I absolutely do. If somebody is having a transformation, I want to capture that, not just for my own benefit, also for their benefit, because I want them to, in the moments later on when they're doubting themselves, I want them to recall this moment when they had a transformation. And if they can have that transformation one time, they can have it 100 times, 1,000 times. So I'm constantly capturing these as part of my process now. So I want to just, show you that you can too. And I'll show you an example of that in just a minute as well. Okay, so gathering feedback and refining your process, offers, and clients. In OneTech, what we do is with reviews and testimonials and with analytics, we also have some built-in forms and things like that that we're constantly using for capturing internal feedback as well, not just public facing feedback where people leave your review on Google My Business or Facebook. We also have ways of capturing that internally. Sometimes literally I'm also asking for video testimonials and what was something they loved from our session together or something like that, and what are their wins and things like that. I have a process built in that I'm utilizing to capture a lot of these things. Okay, so do you want to see my Google My Business ones for a second? Let me just, okay, so here we go. So as part of OneTech, you can program your Google My Business and your Facebook page to be capturing reviews. I even automated it one step further where after the testimonial gets captured, it also shares it on my social media, which is so fantastic. I was like, oh, this is so cool. I didn't even have to do anything. I just had to set it up one time and that's it. So this is like really, really cool. You can just do that for yourself also, because when you are first starting out, one of the things that really helps people make decisions about working with you is seeing social proof, right? If you're a new coach, you're struggling, or you are like, I have a lot of leads coming in, but they don't end up hiring me and stuff like that. It's because you may not have enough social proof out there also. So this is one way that you can build that into your process where it helps and you are, capturing testimonials as you go. At the beginning of the journey, middle of the journey, end of the journey for your clients, so that you are using those in your messaging. And I just want to do a quick recap for you. So the click framework is you're capturing leads, have a process for doing that on autopilot. Don't make it hard, don't make it difficult. Start with something and you can always improve and you can always have many more later on, but start with one. Then you're leading them with your nurturing content, your own stories, your own transformational journey and journey of your clients. You're leading them to your paid programs. And step 3 is invite. You're inviting them into your paid containers. I know that we're really good about inviting people into our free containers. I want to encourage you to also invite people into your paid containers. Then you are actually coaching them, delivering results, because that is what it all depends on. If you're not delivering results, if you're not coaching, if you're not, it doesn't even have to be coaching. It could also be your training course or something that helps people, right? So the transformation, the big promise that you promised them, you're delivering that promise. Once you're doing that, you have a really good business model. And then lastly, I want you to build a habit of continuous improvement. So if you keep on improving, you will keep on elevating your business, keep on delivering better and better results to your clients. And it just goes on and on from there. Okay, so I hope today's session was helpful. I want you to simplify one thing and shine on, people. I love you all. I'll see you next time. May peace and blessings be with you.